one of our campaign letters. He had contacted us because he received one of our letters, and he's interested in selling his property. So we took a look at the property on yesterday. We're gonna give him a call and see what he says.
All right. So on this prospective deal here, let's just kind of go over some of the highlights of it. So this guy, where's the owner at of this property?
He's in Maryland, actually. He lives in Maryland, and he purchased property off of online on the eBay. A little over, I guess, a year. About a year now. It's been a year. He's never seen the property. He's never even been inside the property. So we reached out to him. Again, it was a campaign we did. Sent him a letter, and we arranged with him to take a look at the property, and we checked it out, and we're going to see what he wants to do.
All right. With that being said, before we even go a little bit further, let's just talk about how long have you been with me now?
A few months. Not very.
A couple of months. Couple of months.
Yeah.
And we did a closing. We closed on a deal yesterday.
Yes.
Right. And I want to really bring some light to this. I want you to jot this down as on these key points as I'm saying this, because this is the makeup of your deal, and I want to make sure that you know, and I want to make sure that everybody listening and also. There's been a lot of people who've had an opportunity to work with me, and for whatever reason, they didn't do it. Maybe the timing was right, their money wasn't right, but at the end of the day, I am vicious in this game. I'm not even going to talk about myself. From you seeing now, being around on the outside, now you're here in Flint with me. You heard me negotiating live for the first time, right? Like face to face on the phone. What would you say about my skill sets? And I don't want to talk about myself, but I know what I do in this game. How real is this, and how bad am I? How much of am I a beast on the phone? Am I a beast in this game? Am I a beast in the market? Am I a beast in all of this?
Oh yeah, it's definitely real. You have the experience, the knowledge, the skill, over 20 years experience. So you definitely have the information needed to help anyone be successful. As far as the phone calls and what to say to the prospects, to the sellers or the buyers, definitely is real. You have the experience and the real deal.
I'm gonna go right here and grab another pad that I put together, and I'm gonna show you, because you heard me earlier. I'm launching a millionaire school, which will be retreats for 4 days or a week or whatever the case may be in Orlando. We're gonna do one in Hawaii. I'm going to go ahead on out, and I'm sure you'll be with us in Hawaii also. But I'm going to just grab this pad real quick, and then we're going to have you put down. We're going to deconstruct the deal that you just did, because people really don't understand what you're doing right now. And every single person under the sound of my voice has had the opportunity to come around, change their life, make more money than they've ever made in their lives with me. And we're going to just show, they didn't do it. That's okay. We're going to show what your plan is for your family. Because to me, it's important to leave a legacy. Is it important for you to leave a legacy also? I'm sure it is. You drove from doggone Maryland to Michigan and doggone COVID-19. I know it's important to you. All right, so let me grab something. I'm going to break down your deal, and then I'm going to show you the same plan that I showed the Queen of Deeds. And I'm the person behind the scene that motivates her to go out and do what she does. And real talk, man, I took that lady from zero to a whole lot of money and a whole lot of properties in less than a year. And now JDubz going to get the same thing, right? OG, what's up? I see you, man. You're the man with the plan, a true beast. Thank you. So everybody who comes around me, you know this. You just know that I know this game. Like, I can help anybody make money and turn it around, all right? But you have to bring the work ethic, you have to bring some goals, and you have to bring the desire to master the action. So I'm just going to go grab this sheet real quick. And while we're doing that, just kind of give an overview, JDubz, of this guy that we're about to call again. Start, with how we found him and where he got it from.
So we found this owner. Again, we use a system where we can locate owners out of vacant properties. So we put a campaign together, I guess about a month ago. He received one of our letters because his house is vacant, which it is. Again, he lives in Maryland and the property is in Michigan. So we reached out, he received our letter, he contacted us, and we set up, again, took a look at it, and we're going to call him and tell him what we think.
And let me just say this, when it comes to marketing, hey there, Sherry, I see you, Hawk. When it comes to marketing, there's different ways that you can do it. Like, I'm a big proponent of cross-channel marketing. But, you know, there's different ways to do it. You can market with letters. You can market with phone calls. You can market with texts. You can market with postcards. But at the end of the day, you have to be consistent with this game. So, what are you doing? What's your main source of marketing?
A little bit of everything, but the mailing, the letters.
The letters. Everybody who has major success knows you got to send out.
You have to send the letters and the phone calls. Got to make calls daily. Just be consistent.
Now, there are some things you can do that you can do. It's almost free, but it's not really free. But it's less expensive than letters, and that's sending out the text blasts, right? Because you're going straight to that person's phone. Have you done the text blast before?
I have. I've done the text blast. Got some replies.
What type of response?
Yeah, we got responses, got calls back. So all of it works. You just have to choose what's best for you and your budget.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I also, don't let me forget, I want to talk about the marketing campaign that we just put out with these signs.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yeah, we've been getting. I mean, it's only been a few hours, and we were averaging a call every 10 minutes.
Call every 10 minutes.
People were leaving messages every 10 minutes.
We were out putting out signs for one of my little secret strategies, and we had people stopping their cars.
Yes.
Am I lying?
Yeah, stopping us, asking us.
What did somebody ask you?
When is the auction, and when can I sign up?
When can I sign up?
It's 90 degrees.
Yeah, we out there in this it's crazy hot outside. We're putting out signs. People are stopping us and pulling over in the streets.
Right. So it's definitely real. It works.
I'm telling you, man, I bring some stuff to the table that these guys just don't understand. So, with that being said, we got a message. That's from the guy right there. Can we just play that message? Just turn it up a little bit and listen to his voicemail. So we're going back and forth to pick up another property for JDubz.
This is the message he sent us on yesterday. And I'm going to...
This message is for Janelle. My name is Sam. Hi, Janelle. I'm sorry I missed your call last night. I'm returning your call. We would be interested in selling our property in Flint. Just make me an offer. Thanks.
So, one of the things that you'll find out in this game is that you'll have people that say, make me an offer. When people say, make me an offer, they really don't have a mortgage on it or something so cheap. Right. They don't really want to say a price because maybe they don't know, and they want to see if, they have this thing called the bigger fool theory, where, like P.T. Barnum said, there's always going to be a sucker born every minute. So, most people are going to go check the comps. And check the comps and like, oh, wow. They're going for $20,000. I'm going to do my Mayo formula, get 30% off, so that's $6,000 off $14,000. I want to make $5,000 myself, so we take off $5,000. That's $9,000 now, and then I'm going to make an offer for $9,000. Well, if that's the strategy that you use, you're always going to overpay. You can't use that Mayo formula, guys, all the time, especially not on a property where you can do your due diligence and find out that they only paid $700 for it. So that's a good return. Pay $700 and somebody pay you $7,000 because they know you've been taught a certain formula. Right. So, all right. So what I wanted to say is I'm gonna do this millionaire school where what it is it's me coming out showing the best, fastest ways to create $1 million in this business. And it is not hard. Guys, when I tell you, it's not hard to make $1 million when you know what you're doing. But it does require discipline. If you're not going to carve out time to do this every day, then don't waste your time. Just go work for somebody else. Because, if you can't put 4 hours a a day or 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day consistently to do this as a business, then why play around? Just go back to a job, right? Go get a job somewhere. But if you're serious about this, so this is what I wrote down. So you have two sides of the game. You have the owner financing side, and you have the wholesaling side. So off of the owner financing side, the goal is over here is just to show you how just to show you how to make $500,000 off of that in 6 months, right? So when you think about what we're doing on the owner financing side, we're getting minimum $5,000 down. On average, $5,000 to $10,000 down. So on the property you just got, right? How much was put down on it?
$5,000.
$5,000.
Yep.
That's what we do, right? So if you just do 50, you set a goal to do 50 houses in 6 months. Some people are like, wow, that's a whole lot to do in 6 months. That's a lazy person, because we have the Queen of D's who did 20 in 1 month.
Yes.
So 50 in 6 months. That's going to bring you in at $5,000 a pop to put down. That's going to bring you in $250,000. Right? Am I right? 50,000. I'm sorry. 5 times 100. Yeah, $250,000. So that's 50 houses. What if you set your goal for 100 houses in a year? It doesn't have to be 6 months. In a year, and you're putting the work in. You're consistently on the phones, consistently paying, sending out your letters and doing what you're supposed to do. Then on this other half, you have the wholesaling side. On the wholesaling side, knowing how to get them the way that I teach, you can get $10,000 minimum a house, minimum. So now, $10,000 times the 50 houses, that's another $500,000.
Yeah.
This can be done in 6 months.
Possible.
Yeah, this can be done. It's possible, it's conceivable, it's believable, and it's achievable. This can be done in 6 months. Now, that's not all the money, though. This is why I can't understand why someone won't commit to doing this, because there's 3 different incomes. 3 different incomes coming off of this. Then you have, when you're setting them up for owner financing, you have a payoff that's going to come later. So let's just say on average, the payoff is $15,000. That's money coming to you. So you got the money up front. You're receiving, typically what we do on average is we're receiving about $500 a month. Us right now, we're receiving between $500 and $700 a month. That's all. That's profit. I'm not talking about gross, right? Because we're the bank, right? So just think of the monthly. Think of the monthly amount of, just say $500 a month. Well, $500 a month times the 100 houses or 50 houses, you're talking $50,000 a month for the 50 houses. That's $50,000 a month income.
Yeah.
Which that equates, that's just from the what you're getting every month, not the front end and not the back end. So that's $600,000 a year. Then the payoff, $15,000 profit for each property, and you've already picked up 100 properties, whether it's 6 months or 1 year or 2 years. Well, that's $1.5 million.
Wow.
It's $1.5 million. So the goal that I set up was to minimum do 1 deal a week, minimum, right? That's 4 houses a month to set up your family for the rest of your life.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this can be done in 2 years or less, depending upon you.
Yep.
Like just setting yourself up and setting your family up for total domination, total success, right? So, well, let's do yours, the one that you just got. So, you take the $5,000 down, right? Now, out of that, if there's taxes on the property, you have to pay off those taxes with that money.
Right.
So, it wasn't your money. Somebody else gave it to you to pay off the taxes on a house that was somebody else's. So just say there wasn't taxes on it, $5,000 up front. Then you're going to create on this one it's $300 a month, right? But on average it's $500 a month. But let's just take the $300 a month. $300 a month. She's creating a mortgage for this guy for 3 years, right? So $300 a month times 12 months is what? 3 times 12? 12 times 3, 12 times 4, 36.
36.
That's 36,000? I'm sorry, 3,600. That's 3,600 a year. 3 years is 3672, and then 72 plus 36.
So 108.
That's 108. Now you have the payoff amount, which is the full sale price. How much was your sale price?
18,000.
18,000, right?
Yep.
So put 18,000 minus the 5,000 down,
Yep, that's 13.
leaves another 13,000 on the back end. So she's getting the front end money, and this deal here was not the average deal. This is one where someone else comes in and fixes it up. So she sold it to a investor on a land contract. Still creating a mortgage. If he doesn't do what he says, he said he's already going to fix up the kitchen and the bathroom. So she's got somebody else fixing up the property.
Yep.
How many times do you want to do this?
A lot. And it's possible.
So, okay. So just take $1 million and divide that million. So for each property that you get, you know you're going to get 5 up front. You know you're going to get at least 10 on the back end. So let's just take $1 million and divide it by 15,000. This will tell her how many deals she needs to do. And then we're going to call up this other seller right here to close, to try to get another deal closed. So that would be 3 that she's working on in the last couple of days to get closed. All we want to do is to say yes, and we're going to get the purchase and sale agreement right over to them.
So we want $1
$1 million divided by 15,000.
Divided by 15,000.
That's 66.6. Just say 67 houses.
67, yep.
67 properties. Just using that platform. And that's not the flipping side.
No.
That's just only her building her portfolio. That's it. Now let's go to the flipping side. On the flipping side, doing what I'm teaching you, you should do, the way that we get the property, you should do at least 10,000 a flip. Right? So now divide $1 million and divide wait. No, honestly, with these houses, we're raising the values of them, but let's just still say 10,000. Take $1 million divided by 10,000.
That's 100.
100 houses. So if she flips 100 houses, and it's as quick as she can, it's not a year, it's how quickly she can do it. You're talking about creating another $1 million, and that's the low end, right? Let's say you do $1 million divided by 15,000. That's the 66, right?
Yep, that was a 66.
That's 66 houses.
Yep.
So can you see how you're in control of your financial freedom?
Oh yeah, definitely in control. Just have
Full
to
control.
have a goal and write it down. Have a number in mind.
Yeah.
Of how many you want to do. Use that formula.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're building up another building block. See, this is all building blocks, and let's just educate people, because one thing that I know, a lot of people think it's just about the money, but the money doesn't come first. Did the money come first to you, or did the mastery and making the calls come first?
Making the calls, definitely.
Yeah. There's people that are just looking to make money without doing the work, and there's the laws that are attached to this. So whenever I see someone that doesn't get the money side, it's because they're not willing to add value to the marketplace first. Guys, you can't get around that. Are you familiar with the universal laws?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a law called cause and effect. Basically, you have to do something for something else to happen. We call it adding value to the marketplace. And if in order to add value to the marketplace, that means you have to come out with some type of product or service that can benefit others, or you have to master some type of product or service to benefit others. So when people look at me, because I can create anything I want whenever I choose to, please believe, like, there's a lot of blood, sweat, tears, heartache, setback, adversity that has went into this. And when you see the money part, that's the last part of it. That's the byproduct of me mastering business, sales, negotiating, real estate. So if you're someone that looks at somebody else and what they have, you can't expect to get that if you're not willing to put in the time. Right? You're not willing to put in the work. Man, I can tell you, I tell people to do 100 calls a day. JDubz, when I was in Florida, I was doing 200 calls a day. That's how bad I wanted it. You couldn't even contact me on the phone. It wasn't 8 to 12, 9 to 12. It was 9 to 5. I said, I'm going to play this like I did a job. I'm going to act like this is my job from 9 to 5. You can't call me. Nobody can mess with me. Unless it's my children, unless it's an emergency. Other than that, me just sitting back talking on the phone, me just sitting back on Facebook, nah, player, it ain't going like that. It's not going like that. So when it comes to getting to the point, when we talk about millionaire school, best believe I'm going to talk about the spiritual side of it, or the I like to say the millionaire mentality, right? To do this. And a lot of people want it, but they don't have millionaire mentality. Millionaire mentality is a work ethic that's bananas. Kind of reminds me, I'm thinking about Kobe Bryant and his Mamba mentality, right? Kobe was listen, he come out, hit threes, game winners all day long, but what you didn't see was him practicing. You didn't see him in the gym 4, 5, 6, 8 hours a day. Took it serious, man. And people who are leaders, people who are hitting that upper echelon of money, 6 figures, 7 figures, whatever, 8, they're putting their time in. They're leading other people. They're not associating with anyone who says anything, does anything negative, right? We don't have time for that. We really don't. And to me, it's just regular life. Like, I'm not gonna hang around. I'm not gonna talk to negative Nancy's, negative Neds. I'm not gonna do it. What about you, Jay?
No, not at all. Have to surround yourself with like-minded, positive individuals that's gonna push you to your goal.
Yeah. And you gotta have goals.
Right.
You have to have goals. They have to have goals. If you don't have goals, I'm talking written down. Like, what are we doing here? What game is this? So with that being said, we're going to jump in over here now. We're going to make a live seller call. All right? So you ready for this?
Let's do it.
What do you think?
Hello?
Hi. Is this Miss Gupta? Hi, Miss Gupta. This is Janelle. We talked yesterday about your property over in Flint.
Yes, hi, Janelle.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm good. So is Mr. Gupta available? We did take a look at the property yesterday, and we wanted to go over some things.
Okay, I think he's taking snaps. Let me just see it.
Okay.
This is a live call.
Yes, he's asleep. He should be waking up before an hour. Let's see, it's 3:30, probably actually 4:15. He should be awake.
Okay. So can he give us a call? Can you have him give me a call once he wakes up, so we can?
Sure. I'm sure he has. Is it the phone number you're calling from right now?
Yes, the 810. Yes.
Okay, very
Yep.
good. I'll let him know.
All right. Talk soon.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we can just have it where, well, when he calls, you're not really going to hear it. You can have it forward to your phone just for a minute for when that call comes in. With that being said, we're going to go ahead on and do everything we can to close it. We already know the guy bought the house on eBay. So, and he has never looked at it. There's a lot of damage in it. So we use all of that to our benefit on that. And so, give me a chance again. This is just a part of what I'm going to do at the Millionaire School. It's going to be about 4 days. It's not a long 1 year thing. It's going to be about 4 days where I'm going to give you the best of the best. I'm going to give you the top-notch information on how to set up a real estate business and give you the plan to make $1 million. Could be in a year. Some of you, it might be 2 years. Some of you might be 8 months, 9 months. Some of you, it may never happen. It just really depends upon, how committed you are to the marketing. It really depends how much stinking thinking is up here. How many people you let take up your time. You see, the thing is, this is what I tell folks. When you're making that transition to go from where you are to where you want to be, you're going to, number one, have to let go of some people. Number two, you got to remember that the people that you're leaving behind don't want to see you win. They don't want to see you go up the ladder. And they'll be waiting for you if you come back. They'll be waiting for you. They'll be waiting for you with jokes, laughter, I told you so's, because they never want you to make it, because it really projects on them that they're not doing anything with their life. So they'll welcome you back. And go right back to that same old thing. So you got to ask yourself a question. Once you decide to make that decision to break through, are you going to eliminate the stinking thinking? Are you going to keep holding on to the people who really don't even want to see? The only reason they're calling you is or trying to contact you to make sure that want to see how quickly it is for you to get back to them. And this is just real. This is real. This is what comes along with the territory. And here's the thing. I know within 1 week if somebody's a couple of weeks, if somebody's going to make it through or not. The thing is, a lot of times, because you're carrying your old habits along with you, you don't even know it. You don't even know that you're setting yourself up for failure. And when that happens, please, 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 don't blame the devil. Because you wouldn't do what it takes. It's not a devil. It's you. Because you have full control of your mind. You have full control of who you let in your world. Who you cut off. So, if you're interested in that, we're going to be over at YouTube. That's www.millionaireschool.xyz. www.millionaireschool. I'm just going to be breaking some things down over there. And the hardest part of this, guys, is this right here. It's this space right between your ears, right here, that keep people stuck where they are. And they don't know it. The biggest thing, I use my own family, for example. A lot of times I use my mother, for example. Now, that lady, and I tell you, I don't know too many people that know the Bible better than her. I've heard it so much, I know it really, really good. But that wasn't enough to make the change in your life. And I don't know if you've ever experienced that, JDubz, where you know, there's people that are so religious, but they've been playing that same religious game, quote unquote, for like 10, 15, 20 years.
Right.
And there's never been any type of growth, no
Yeah.
evidence, you know, of God, of the power of God that they talk about, but they can quote you every scripture. They can speak in tongues all the time. And you know, not knocking anybody, but this is just what I've seen from my life, right? I see what my life. But there's still something missing. Do you know folks like that? That, you know, they're so, like, when it comes to life, they're caught up in their heads, they're caught up in the heavens, that they're no earthly good.
Oh yeah. And faith without works is dead. You got to put in the work.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So instead of just talking about it or talking about what people don't have, why not just provide a solution to give them what they don't have? And if it means enough to them, they'll show up at different types of events like this. And let me tell you this. When you're talking about creating wealth, riches, financial freedom, you have to invest in yourself. You have to invest mentally and you have to invest financially, because any business is all about marketing. All right? So that's what it is. This guy's going to give a call back in about an hour or so. I'm not sure we're going to come back on for that. But we just want to continue to be inspirational and to be the conduit for people who don't know what they don't know. Be the conduit for people who really want change in their life. In order to get any type of change, there has to be some awareness first. Awareness of the things that you're doing. And let me leave you with this. I had to realize this in my own life. My absolute best thinking got me where I am. Your absolute best thinking has created the landscape of your life. If you like what you see when you look at your life, I encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. If you don't like what you see, I encourage you to, and I challenge you to grow as a person, to find out what personal development is all about, to find out what the universal laws are all about, right? To find out what real work ethic is all about. If you've never been in a position where you've had to work your butt off, not for someone else, for yourself. Because we'll do it for someone else.
Right.
We're not as inclined to do it for ourselves. Right? We'll slack on our own. Right? We won't do what we're supposed to do on our own. So, when we come out to this millionaire school, and it's for real estate millionaire school, I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to show you what real discipline looks like. I'm going to show you what it takes every single day. I'm going to literally put the blueprint, the formula, the manifesto in your hands. In your hands. So hopefully this whole thing that's going on in Florida, I seen the spike in the COVID, 3,000, 3,500 people the other day.
Oh, wow.
Hopefully that gets under control. I'm looking at coming back to Orlando to do a full-fledged 4-day immersion. We're gonna call it the Real Estate Millionaires Abyss. We're gonna dig. We're gonna go coal miner deep. We're gonna go all the way to the bottom, right? And really give you the real. There's gonna be no excuse anymore why you can't flourish, why you can't prosper. Not just in real estate, but any business, because the principles are still the same. All right. So, with that being said, you got anything for him, Drew?
I think that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, thank you, man. It's been a pleasing pleasure to present this information, to talk about this millionaire school, to talk about the YouTube channel. You can just go ahead over on YouTube and put in Pieces of a Dream TV. You'll start seeing more and more and more videos. If you're in this Flint, Michigan area, or if you want to invest in the Michigan area, we have auctions that are going on. I mean, the phone lines are just jumping. Let's pull you up. Let's see what we're looking like over here. We put out some signs today. I'm telling you, people was pulling us down, coming over to us, asking us, where in the world is this auction? When can they sign up? Look at this.
Yeah.
Look at this.
This is all since this morning.
Yeah, they're coming through. So marketing is what makes all this happen for any business, guys. That's all. I just want to continue to show success. It doesn't just come from one person, but it's anybody who commits to it. And I'm committed to your commitment. All right, so that's our time. We wish the best of success to everybody out there. At the end of the day, the Spirit of God in me recognizes and loves the Spirit of God in you. And with that being said, namaste.